Hey guys, welcome back. This is the second quest of X 7.4 and in this video I will be taking down the Tantrum path. The main node on this path is Tantrum, and what it does is that whenever we hit the defender with a basic attack, then they gain Tantrum charge, and these charges do stack up, and once we knock down the defender then we take a burst of damage proportionate to the number of tantrum charges that were active on the defender. The only way to avoid this burst damage from the tantrum charges is that if we have an active disorient, enervate, concussion or taunt debuff on the defender, then we will not be taking the burst damage from these tantrum charges. So what you can do is you can either bring champions that have access to disorient, concussion, taunt or enervate debuffs, or what you can do is that you can just play normal and just completely ignore the tantrum burst damage by just avoiding the knocking down of defenders. Right now I just knocked down the defender with a heavy attack just to see how much damage these tantrum charges do, and they do quite a bit. So if you don't have an active disorient, concussion, enervate or taunt, then you can just do the basic combos and just don't knock down the defender, otherwise you will be dealt with a burst of damage. Apart from that, you can notice I am gaining cruelty buffs as well, and those are from the combo party node, which gives us cruelty buffs whenever we have 10 hits on our combo meter. And these cruelty buffs increase our critical damage, and if we get hit then we will also take a burst of damage proportionate to the number of buffs that we had active on us. So the main goal on this path is to just avoid getting hit and don't knock down the defender if you don't have the particular debuff that I mentioned before. Nick Fury is a good option for this path because his special one has disorient debuff, so you can just knock down the defenders and once you have the disorient from the special one. And apart from that, this Apocalypse is a good option for this path as well because his special 2 has a concussion debuff active. So once you have a concussion from the special 2, you can just knock down the defender at your will without taking any burst damage from the tantrum charges. Okay, now that I have a concussion active, so I will not be taking any damage from the tantrum charges. I can knock down Ghost Rider whenever I want, as long as the concussion is active. And there is also a node which I forgot to tell about, but what it does is that it also grants the defender a protection, reducing our damage output, and in order to remove that protection for a bit of time we need to knock down the defender. But you have to be careful and do not knock down the defender to remove this protection if you don't have the aforementioned debuff active. Next up we have Spidey 2099, and he is also going to be a very straightforward fight with Nick Fury. Next up we have Morningstar, and against Morningstar I will be using Magneto. Magneto doesn't have any of the debuffs that you require to avoid the Tantrum uh, burst damage, but what you can do with Magneto is that since Morningstar is a metal champ, so Magneto is just going to reduce the ability accuracy of Morningstar, gaining the Tantrum charges, and he will for the most part also avoid taking the damage from those Tantrum charges. So this fight should be over very soon once I am able to launch my special 3. Another metal champ that exists on this part is Falcon as well, so Falcon should also be a very straightforward fight with Magneto. I threw the special 3 while the protection was active, so Morningstar is able to survive the special 3, otherwise she would not have. But either way, we throw a big heavy attack and she's dead. Next up we have Spider-Ham, and he's going to be another easy and quick fight with Nick Fury. Next up is Falcon, and as mentioned before, against Falcon I will be using Magneto, and the fight should be over once I am able to throw a special tree. Okay, so this time I was able to throw my special tree while the protection is down, so it should be able to deal the maximum amount of damage. And Falcon is just ticking down really hard from the bleeds. This fight was also very quick and easy. And that was actually the last fight of the part. For the final boss, I will be taking on this yellow jacket. He has combo party, encroaching stun, flux dispersal, and heavy assault along with energized one. So what you need to keep an eye on is the encroaching stun node, and ideally time your specials while the encroaching stun is about to expire. But with Nick Fury in his second phase, or I should say the real phase, there is no need to worry about the encroaching stun node because Nick Fury will be stun immune and you can just play the fight normally. The Flux Dispersal node will reduce our damage output by a bit, so combined with the Heavy Assault node, you should try to use more and more heavy attacks so that you can do a lot of damage and also keep removing the Flux Dispersal charges. First of all, I want to just get smacked so that the real Nick Fury comes, and now that the real Nick Fury is active, I don't have to worry about encroaching stun node anymore. Just need to manage the power carefully because Yellow Jacket has a lot of power gain whenever I hit him because of the energized node. But yeah, Yellow Jacket is just ticking down really fast. That was a massive heavy attack. And that fight is over as well. A really easy boss fight, and that's it from my side, and I shall see you guys in the next video.